criminal justice, healing, education. Time to awaken the people. Good morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are currently watching from. My name is Holly Sisa. I am the founder slash host of this lovely program called Morning Mimosas, where we value human life, criminal justice, healing, and educating for the Black and minority communities with the note that we love all people. Before we get this episode started, I'd like to thank Morning Mimosas lovely, lovely partners. We have many, many of them, but there's only a few of them that we'll show you in this commercial that I call commercial of cities. So if you're in the Denver area, most of these cities apply to you because that's where my hub is. So let me just stop doing all this chatting and let's show you guys these wonderful deals before we talk about Miss Rosa Arguello. So I apologize. It looks like although I had the commercials uploaded, they're not here. So I guess we won't be doing the commercials today. It's really, really odd. So I apologize for that. I don't know why StreamYard has been giving me lots of headache lately. But let's get straight into the episode then so we can talk about the victim that was lost in this situation, Miss Rosa Arguello. She was a 29-year-old woman, a part of the Hopi Tribe, and she was murdered on October 17th, 2003 in Thornton, Colorado. The circumstances surrounding her homicide, it's really, really disappointing. Unless you guys already know how I am, I'm just going to get straight into it. It's very disappointing. She was found in a ditch at the 2900 block of Quebec, so that's north Thornton, going almost into Brighton. Sad situation. It's really sad what happened to her. Um, she didn't deserve what happened to her 21 years ago. So it'd be 21 years ago, 2 days ago. Today's the 19th when we're doing this episode, and 2 days ago made it the 21-year anniversary of this beautiful woman's passing. I am going to read a little bit about her life before her untimely demise. So, as you guys know a little bit about Miss Arguello, she was murdered in 2003 in October, and she was found in a ditch that I displayed here, 2900 block of Quebec. So for my audio viewers, because I do this for my audio and my visual viewers, um, that's the ditch that she was found in, which is really, really sad. Her ex, James Joseph, this man was or is the prime suspect in her homicide. He is currently serving life without parole for murdering this lady, this beautiful lady, Jackie Ecker. I had to choke up there because I'm getting upset. Um, this lady also lost her life behind James Joseph Armijo, and I'm happy that Jackie Erstrike, I'm happy she got her justice. It just makes me sad that she got her justice, but Rosa never did. Disappointing, just a very disappointing scenario altogether. But a little bit about the case summary that we're going to speak on today. Rosa Joan Arguello. She was born on June 12th, 1974, and she had a rough childhood. She was very trusting of people, knowing that that wasn't probably the best thing to do. Growing up, she had meningitis as a young child, which caused her to have development delays. This is all from a synopsis that I did of research and typed up, guys. So please bear with me as I read it. She often struggled to speak when she was 5, and she struggled in school. Like I stated earlier, she's very trusting. She ended up in homes of strangers in very unsafe situations as she became older. Um, she gave birth to 3 children, 2 of which was fathered by this piece of garbage, James Joseph Armijo. She gave them all up for adoption. Um, James was abusive. He was abusing her left and right. There's plenty of evidence behind that, yet for some reason Thornton police can't get an arrest. They can't make an arrest, but they were able to get him for the Westminster murder of Jackie Edgar. So it's like I said, it's just a very disappointing case. Um, Jackie was a 44-year-old woman residing here in Colorado, and she was murdered on September 17th, 2004. Her body was found in a parking lot in the southwest corner of West 100th Avenue and Wadsworth Parkway in Westminster. She was found in a older Chevy Blazer. At that point, Armijo had fled to New Mexico, where he was arrested for the homicide of Jackie Edgar. I will say this again, I'm happy that Jackie got justice because her murder was just as brutal as Rosa's. Just as brutal as Rosa's. They were both stabbed. Both those beautiful ladies were stabbed to death by this piece of garbage serving life in a Colorado prison. Yet only one lady got justice, and 21 years later, I'm here speaking to get justice for Rosa because she deserves that. With everything that she went through, with the development issues starting early because of health issues, there should have been more love around her, and there should have been more put forth more effort to get her justice, but it didn't happen that way. I'm speaking on her case 21 years later, calling out the Thornton police to do something because obviously you guys have the right person. He murdered a woman 11 months later. 11 months later to the dot. Rosa was murdered on October 17th, 2003. Jackie was murdered on September 17th, 2004. That's 11 months exactly that those 2 beautiful women were murdered by that psychopath. And he only went down for one, even though there's plenty of similarities when it comes to not the ladies' lives, because obviously they had different lives. Jackie had a child that she was raising, and Miss Rosa, she gave up her kids for good reason because she wasn't all the way there. And instead of people helping her and loving on her, she didn't get that. She ended up being murdered by this psychopath. And I know some people are probably asking me, "Oh, Holly, he wasn't convicted in the court of law." You're correct. You're correct. He wasn't convicted of her homicide in the court of law, but there's definitely plenty of evidence that points to this man being the perpetrator of Rosa's homicide. He did it again exactly 11 months later. Thornton police, is that if that's not a excuse me, if that's not a coming to realization moment that this man committed both homicides, I don't know what else to say. It is very evident They had an abusive relationship. He used her. He manipulated her. He knew that she was too trusting. He knew that she had some development issues. So he took advantage of that and abused her and then ultimately killed her and got away with it. Now, you guys know I only tell the truth here. And this is, I really honestly do not care how people feel about what I'm going to say. This is the truth. Jackie was white. Jackie was white. And Rosa was indigenous. That's the truth. Jackie got justice quicker than Rosa because Jackie's white. Remember, we love all people, but I'm also not going to sit here and not look at the racial disparities that take place here in our nation. There's a racial disparity here. Minorities do not get justice as quickly as their white counterparts. Once again, I'm happy that Jackie got justice. She deserved that. Her murder was just as savage. And doing the research on her case was just as disgusting. What James did to that, both of them was just, it was just wrong. And he stabbed both those women like that. He left one in a ditch and one decomposing in a car. The reason I mentioned Jackie was Jackie is also a victim of this man. When they found Jackie in the car, it wasn't even on September 17th. That's when she went missing. Let's start there. That was when she missing, and presumably that's the day he killed her, because her body wasn't found until September 22nd, decomposing. Okay, that's the end of summer in Colorado. So those temperatures were probably, I don't even want to know, because literally the seasons were changing. She was murdered at the end of summer, going into fall, and found decomposing in a vehicle. Guys, when somebody tells you or shows you that they don't care about you and they don't want you, we must learn lessons from this. We must learn lessons from this. These two women are no longer here because a man showed them he ain't shit. And because us women are such loving creatures, we stand by. This is Domestic Violence Awareness Month. Rosa and Jackie were victims of DV. DV's been going on for years. It's just in the more recent years they finally put a title to it. Thank you for putting a title to it, but what about the action that needs to be done behind it to protect women like Rosa, Jackie, me, other women from these abusive men, verbally abusive, physically abusive, sexually abusive, financially abusive, that take advantage of how kind we are or some form of vulnerability that we have. Ladies and gentlemen who are abused, please don't think that this person is my last chance of having anything or doing anything or seeing anything special. You deserve to be loved. You deserve to not be abused. You deserve to know what it's like to be nurtured. It's really sad that as human beings have to go through things like this. We love people and we get murdered because we try to get away or we try to find something better or try to do better for ourselves. These two ladies wanted better for themselves, which is why they try to get away from him. Rosa Arguello didn't deserve what happened to her. Jackie Oker didn't deserve what happened to her. We need to put these men and women who are abusive in the places that they need to be, in jail or rehab or whatever. Mostly prison. Now it's the part of the show where I talk to the Thornton police and all police forces across the country. It's time for you guys to do better and start caring about other human beings. I hope you police officers are slowly seeing that a lot of people don't care about you guys' lives either, because you guys don't care about ours. You guys are supposed to serve and protect us, but you guys don't serve nor protect. You let cases like this go on for 20 years, knowing that there's plenty of evidence that shows that someone took this young woman's life. She was 29. She'll be 50 this year. Clear evidence, but because she's a minority woman, the police just like, okay. That is why I fight for justice for minority women, men, children, the LGBT community, everybody. Who's fighting for us when we get murdered? Not all police forces are like that. A lot of them do get justice. I've seen some police forces do some excellent work. Shout out to you guys that actually care about getting justice for everyone. But to those police forces that cover up murders and put things on the back burner, shame on you for not getting this woman justice. She was stabbed. Rosa was stabbed over 12 times. She was left in a ditch, like garbage. She was left by this garbage. Thornton police look into Rosa's case. Look back at the evidence from '03. You will see that your suspect, James Joseph Armijo, has been there the whole time in prison for the murder of Jackie Oker. I solved the case for you guys 21 years later. You're welcome, Thornton Police. Do your job, look at what the evidence is, and let's get Rosa the justice that she deserves. Because she did not deserve what happened to her 21 years ago in Thornton, Colorado. She had a lot of issues. But who doesn't? Does that mean we think less of people because they have problems? Or do we think less of them because of their skin tone? or of who they are. The racial disparities have got to stop. The racial disparities have got to stop. It's getting out of hand, everyone. The lack of justice you get for being a black and brown or just a minority in general. Rosa had her problems, but damn it, she deserved to live. Now, for those of you that live in the Thornton, Colorado area, and you know this piece of shit, James Joseph Armijo, and you know a little bit about what happened in the relationship between him and Rosa around that time before she was found, call the Thornton police. And if you're scared, call the Thornton police. Call Warning Mimosas. Give us your information anonymously, and I'll give it to Thornton police. I just want justice for these people because they're people just like you and me. They once breathed, walked, eat, or ate, excuse me, past tense. And I hate saying past tense because it's sad. They used to do the same functions as us. So why don't they deserve justice for a wrong that was done to them? I want you guys to think about that. I want you guys to really, really think about that. Justice deferred, justice delayed. Those are two true factors. It's time for people to come forward and tell the Thornton police or me that they know about the homicide of Rosa Arguello. Once again, it happened on October 17, 2003 in Thornton, Colorado. She was found in a ditch at the 129th block, so 128th and Quebec in North Thornton, Colorado, near Brighton, Colorado. If you have any information pertaining to what happened to Rosa, I want you guys to please call the Thornton police at 720-977-5124. Once again, if you have any information pertaining to the homicide of Rosa Arguello, please call the Thornton police at 720-977-5124. It's time to get justice for everyone. Rest in peace, Jackie Oker, and rest in love to Rosa Arguello. I pray that one day you get the justice that you deserve. Hey guys, you guys know this is Morning Mimosas, where we value human life, criminal justice, healing, and educating for the Black and minority communities, with a note that we love all people. And although we love all people, we're still going to tell the truth about what goes on in our society. Until next time, thank you guys so much for watching. We love you. Ta-ta.